In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating how you can make your very own probiotic kraut-chi. Now you might say, what is kraut-chi? Sauerkraut kimchi combination, which we can call a kraut-chi. Kraut-chi is actually a fermented food, a combination recipe of sauerkraut and kimchi. Although you could probably refer to this as a curtido as well. There are many different varieties of cultured food, and every culture has one. So I thank you for joining me. Remember to subscribe to the channel and comment below if you have your own experience or your favorite recipes with fermentation, what kind of vegetables that you like to use, and any questions. Feed the bacteria that is going to go into our gut through the ferment. Step by step, how easy it can be to make your own sauerkraut, which is, you know, it's kind of expensive to buy, so it's nice to know how to make your own. And to feed your gut, this is all about taking care of our guts, taking care of our whole health, our holistic health, which is what I do on this channel. They're going to begin to mix with the flora of bacteria that are in your gut right now, and everybody has flora. In fact, the more bacterial cultures you have in your gut, the healthier that you are. So today, I am here in my kitchen. We're taking bacterial cultures because there's probably hundreds in this produce right now, hundreds of different strains of bacteria, and we are going to feed it. And we're going to feed it on the produce. So if you think of it as a chemistry experiment, and every single time you ferment, it is kind of experimental because you don't know what you're inviting into your culture from the environment. Make sure your environment is very hygienic. You want all of your counters and surfaces and knives and cutting boards, your produce to all be very well cleaned. We do want to keep a lot of bacteria on this, but not dirt. We don't want earth on our food. Keep your produce in the best possible condition so that you want to eat it. I'm going to now wash all these vegetables and clean my surface. Now it's time to slice. I'll get back to you after I've processed all of these veg. Our produce is sliced and diced, very thin.
I have my shredded beets and shredded carrots. I kind of stirred this already. Garlic, oh no, that's the ginger, which I shredded very small. The garlic I crushed. You can use diced garlic too and get a little crunchiness out of it, but I just wanted it to disperse really evenly, so I crushed it.
The hardest part is done. Shredding, cutting, dicing, crushing the vegetables. And I only crushed the garlic, but everything else was either shredded or diced. Now the fun part. I get to mix it, and I'm using my bare hands. Don't have any unhealthy bacteria that I know of, and since it's just myself and my partner, and we exchange bacteria quite often, then I'm not going to worry about me contaminating the batch with some potentially dangerous bacteria. I'm going to use my bare hands, and I'm just going to mix the ingredients together. Now, back in the old days when I was just starting, I thought you really had to mash the vegetables. You really don't. When your cabbage is nicely shredded and small like this, and you don't have big chunks of vegetable, but everything is around the same size or small, I mix it well. I salt it. I'm going to crush Himalayan salt, which I have here in an empty tequila bottle, and I'm going to crush it with my pestle. Now, I like to use Himalayan salt. It doesn't have as high a sodium content as, say, a regular white table salt, but it has a bunch of other minerals intact. It's unadulterated. The weather is warm, so my ferment will go quickly because we have 80-degree weather outside. At night it gets cool. During the day, this ferment is going to be very, very active. So for now, I'm going to mix and mix, just with my hand, but when I get to a little core piece like this, I'm going to break it up. All of the liquid's going to be coming out, especially after I add the salt. Enough salt so that it is saltier than I would ever have a meal. You don't want to use iodized salt for a fermented food. Keep it as pure as possible. You wouldn't want to use non-organic ingredients. The potential for having pesticides or herbicides. Now I have